Welcome to the Skillful She Podcast, where we navigate soft skills for women. This is your sanctuary, where empowerment meets real world strategies. My name is Lucy Macridis, and I am your coach. And this is season 8. Now, in season 8, we are focusing on three main things, and you've heard them before. It's balance, it's growth, and it's resilience. These are things that we are going to be pushing and focusing on in this season 8. And to help me, I am so honored to have a guest, and her name is Swahiba Abdulrazaq. And she's a holistic well-being. I have to read this. This is how deep it is. She's a holistic well-being specialist and founder of the Mind Hub, a wellness platform dedicated to helping individuals live intentional, balanced, and emotionally aware lives. And she is a Gen Z. So we are going to be concentrating on the Gen Z woman in season 8. Swahiba, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
So lovely to have you. I have never had a Gen Z on my show. So for me,
yeah?
this is a debut for me. I am
Right.
feeling on top of the world.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this is, as I said, the series which comes
Mhm.
as a season. And this is the season 8, and it's all about balance, growth, and resilience. Now, episode 1 is about balance and harmony. Many people have heard about balance and harmony. So the
Yeah.
way I've coined it is harmony habit. I love habits. I just find that when somebody said that it takes 21 days to form a habit,
Oh,
I
yes.
took it for a test drive and I have used it year in, year out. Any habit that I have used it one day at a time. And I know this is really a very random thought, but today I started Tai Chi walking. Today's day
Wow.
1 of 21 days. Oh,
Wow.
me and habits. So this is the harmony
Yeah.
habit. Now,
Okay.
talking about the Gen Z woman, Swahiba, I know that they are busy. This is the
Yes.
gig economy. The Gen Z of today is a person who has got multiple roles, and she is multifaceted. She's multi-talented. But from you as a Gen Z, what does it look like for a Gen Z woman? If you can just give us some tips so we can recognize it.
Okay. Honestly, I do feel like sometimes there's pressure. You can go through pressure. You can go through, that whole cycle of self-sabotage, insecurities,
Pressure,
But
self-sabotage,
yes.
insecurities. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like you're talking about just
Yeah.
the general woman here. So the
Yeah.
Gen Z woman goes through this. How does she then
Yes.
navigate it? How does she navigate through this pressure,
Okay.
this
Okay.
self-sabotage, how does she navigate it?
Okay, so me personally, what I do as a Gen Z is just basically reflect. I step into reflection.
Yeah.
That is what's really important for me, and what maybe the Gen Z women I'm speaking to, reflection. You need to be able to tap into that state where whatever you do,
Yeah.
good or bad,
Yeah.
because we all make mistakes.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. So
Indeed.
you need to be able to reflect
Yeah.
and ask yourself, okay, I did that, so if it's good, well, congratulations, me. I'm proud of
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But if it's bad, what can I do better? Yeah. So reflection.
Yeah. Yeah. Reflection.
Mm.
Reflection is key, and not only for the Gen Z woman. As you have heard, it can happen in good and in bad times. So don't feel alone. Don't feel that sense of needing to be perfect, or like we were discussing earlier on with Swahiba, to be on all the time.
Yes.
Because that is where the pressure lies. Reflection. So Swahiba, you talk about reflection. And in this reflection, I'd like just to chime in a little bit. How then do daily routines work around making this reflection time available? What would your recommendation be? Because I want to believe as a
Okay.
multifaceted Gen Z woman, she's busy.
Mm.
These 24 hours are not enough.
Yes.
So how can she
That's
carve
true.
out time for reflection?
I personally believe that the time you get to reflect deeply and with much awareness is the morning hours.
Really, the
Right
morning
before
hours work
the
for
morning
you.
hours work
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
and also people who I have, engaged with in such conversations. The morning hours right before you do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just take your time to reflect.
And here I thought it came from experience, because this is what I do.
Yeah.
My early morning hours are sacred to me. Once I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I utter is thanksgiving to God for yet another day.
Nice.
And literally, God, what would you like me to do today? I open that up. Now, this did not happen to me when I was your age. So I'm actually quite impressed that already the Gen Z woman is stepping into that space. So at least you are. And so the mornings work for me. I think of the mornings as a canvas. That's what's coming to me. You know, the canvas in painting? So it's just out there and you can put anything that you want on this canvas. It's really up to you, but you need to command your morning. So I'm loving that. So being able to navigate and having that daily routine of reflection, I'm hearing that for you, morning time works. For me, morning time works.
Yeah, it works.
But do other people have different times when this reflection can be very effective?
Yes.
Tell us.
People may enjoy now the evening wind down when you're winding down, when you're maybe off from maybe from school. It could be classes, it could be work.
Yeah.
There's that evening time.
Yeah.
That evening block where you get to now reflect. And by reflection, really, I mean reflection can mean so many things. To the Gen Z woman.
Yeah.
For me personally, it could mean prayer.
Okay.
That's my time to reflect.
Yeah.
That's my time. I'm speaking to God, so he knows all about me.
Yes.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else to give me those type of cues to reflect in my life. Yeah, and basically that.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that brings back some balance.
it does.
I'm thinking of the weighing machine. You know, how you need to put something on one side and something on the other side for it to balance. Because life happens, Swahiba. And when life happens, we kind of get thrown off track. And when we get thrown off track, knowing that we have a point that we can reflect and allocating time in a day. So what is it for you? Is it your early morning that allows you that moment for reflection, or is it your late evening? This is personal and you need to figure it out for yourself. But here, my guest is encouraging us to do it first thing in the morning. And she's actually taken us through what she does. She's anchored in prayer. What are you anchored in? Look for something to be anchored in and make it yours. Make it yours. Swahiba, it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So how can the Gen Z woman build this awareness of the power of reflection?
Just being able to be consistent.
Consistency.
Yeah. Being able to put that extra effort into not even just reflection, or in whatever you do, try your best to push yourself to be consistent. Because I'm not coming in here as perfect, by the way, because I still go through, many ups and downs. But just being able to be consistent, that's your superpower.
Yeah. Wow.
That's your superpower.
I love that word, the superpower and consistency. I have been exposed before to other people. In fact, correction, I'm exposed to people a lot as a transformational coach. But the example that comes to mind is family. Because then I live with family. You see, with my clients, It's across the screen or it's in person like this. And then you go on about your life and I go on about mine. But my real life happens at home. And that exposure to watching how the awareness of the power of reflection actually takes effect is powerful. You mentioned in your own words that you have your ups and downs. And it's important that people realize that it's never going to be linear. It's going to be this way. And therein lies the lesson. Therein lies the joy of life. The end game is for us to be able to have this balance, this growth, and this resilience. But we need to start somewhere. And that kind of exposure has really helped me. What would you say about educating oneself on cultivating these changes? What would you say about educating oneself?
I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
It's really important because personally, when I go through my lows, it's hard. It's really hard for me to get myself back up.
Yeah.
But because I'm aware that showing up as that kind of woman that I want to be is important, I really have to. There's no two ways for me. For me.
Yeah.
And once you get to that point, you're able to bring yourself back to, okay, this is what I'm going through.
Yes.
This is what's happening to me.
Yes.
But where am I headed?
Yeah.
What's my vision?
Yes.
What's that woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that kind of woman?
Yeah.
And as soon as you get that, you now bring yourself. It happens really naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as if you're recentering yourself.
Exactly.
Reminding yourself that's where I'm going. And here life can happen.
Yeah.
And therefore you'll have your ups and downs. You know what's coming to mind right now? It's like when you get into an Uber or you put on your GPS and you've put in the vision. The vision is where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know that place. So you've put it in. You've put in the coordinates, the name, whatever the directions. And then you get lost along the way.
Okay.
And when you restart the app, what does it say? It says redirecting, doesn't it? Or recalculating. And it keeps on doing that circle.
Yeah.
That does not diminish the fact that we are still not going to the same place. It just gives you an awareness that, whoa, for a moment there, we dipped. So that's the change that I'm talking about. How then can women educate themselves to pick up from that, to recalculate, to redirect? How can we be able to build on that harmony habit that allows us to know that we're not perfect? There are days we're going to need to recalculate. Let me use that word.
That's a good question.
How do I educate myself as a Gen Z woman?
Yeah. I honestly feel like the way I've been able to do it is just by easing into it.
Yes.
Slowly easing into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a point in my life where I was very rushed. Like not forced by someone to feel that, rush or whatever. But it was coming from me. It was coming from me, and I needed to know, I needed to learn, I needed to educate myself on this, on that, and know all these things. But what I was missing out on is just that slowing down. It gives you a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of awareness. It takes you back to your real self. When you slow down, that's what's happening for me. And for that Gen Z woman, that busy Gen Z woman, slowing down is important.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've heard it from Swahiba there. On matters educating yourself, educate yourself to slow down. Whatever you're thinking about right now, just slow it down. That's powerful, Swahiba. I was thinking about therapy the other day, and therapy worked a lot for me. I'm just wondering, how does that even relate to a Gen Z? Would a Gen Z woman go for therapy? And have you experienced therapy? Just tell us a little bit about how this can help us or help the Gen Z woman to build sustainable rhythms. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
To have that rhythm in life.
That's nice.
Tell me how therapy can work.
Okay. Now coming back to me, therapy has worked for me. It has. It's actually an anchor in my life.
Yeah.
But for the Gen Z, for the Gen Z women out there that I have seen, that I have experienced, it's a bit of a challenge.
Is that so? Why?
It's a bit of a challenge because they're basically just okay. Sometimes it could happen where you're just feeling afraid. You really don't want to open up.
Yeah.
Because I honestly just feel like opening up, it's fear. It could be fear.
The fear to open up.
The fear to open up.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I have seen. But for me, it has really helped me in the sense that it has given me a push in my life. I've done it once, twice, and the second I'm done with the session, sometimes it's you get emotional because
Oh, I remember that.
You get emotional. You're just crying the whole time in the session.
Therapy is very emotional. Yeah.
Yes, but the next day or maybe even a few hours after the session, you're able to be like, okay, that was nice.
I
was able
released
to
it.
release.
Yeah, you
I was
released
able
it.
to feel better.
Yeah.
Feel better. So for me, it has worked and it has given me so much power.
Yeah.
So much power in my life.
Yeah. It's as though what you're saying, that therapy in the release helps us to just have a fresh start, to look at things differently. Just that moment there to speak to somebody who in that space, it is a safe space and they're not judging you. So you can open up. I mean, fear is real. And theoretically, we are always told that the other end of fear is freedom, is liberation, on. But we still need to cross that bridge of fear. And I would encourage anybody listening to this to step into the opportunities of therapy. You may feel that you will be judged, but that's all in your head. The person on the other side is a professional, and their work is to listen to you and allow you, just like Swahiba is saying, to release. I mean, when I went for therapy the first time, it was 10 sessions, and my first 3 sessions, I cried the whole hour. I kid you not. That's how much I had that needed to be released for me to be able to get this balance back in my life. So if you're a Gen Z woman right here, just make sure that that is what you do. Don't get lost in your own thoughts of fear, because when you do that, you rob yourself that opportunity to release and step into your authentic self. People are waiting for the best version of you out here. Why don't you pour into yourself, into your authentic self? Well, Swahiba, how can listeners get in touch with you? Because this conversation is deep and it's really broad. And I'm sure there's a Gen Z woman out there who would like to know more, who would like to know how you crossed that bridge of fear, who would like to know how did you cry in front of a stranger, who would like to know what pushed you to go for that therapy. That kind of conversation is very private. Just tell me, how can any Gen Z woman who's listening today get in touch with you?
Okay, so I have a social media platform that's on Instagram. It's at Swahiba Abdulrazaq.ke.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
All small letters.
All small letters. Yeah. Okay. All right. Why don't you tell our listeners here about those 2 places we can find you on, especially the Med and Mind. Did you call it Med and Mind Conversations?
The podcast.
Yeah, Conversations.
Med and Mind Conversations.
Tell our audience here where we can find you on Instagram and where we can find you on Spotify.
Okay. So basically you can find me on Instagram at swahibabdulrazaq.ke. And I also have a podcast. It's still fresh. It's still new. but it's on Spotify. It's called Mad and Mind Conversations with Swahiba. So that's where you can find me.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, Swahiba, for being here with us for episode 1, where we have been talking about the harmony habit. And anybody out there, you now understand what you need to do to start. So release yourself, have a daily routine, find the awareness and the understanding of discovering yourself through exposure and through educating you. And remember, keep cultivating these things because you are not alone. We lead ourselves first, and then we help other people. And I would just like to know that as you lead others, you lift them. And that's what is important. This is Lucy Macridis, your coach, signing off.